you ready to take your playing to the next level? Hopefully this lesson will help you get there. It's some bass strum techniques for jazz, country, rockabilly, pop. Let's get started. This lesson is going to hopefully take your playing from one level to the next level. Thinking about intros, thinking about backing up a singer or backing yourself up. Adding a little bass motion to your chord playing is pretty critical to going to that next level, and especially for little intros. So we're going to do this little chord progression in the key of C. It's 4 measures of C, 1 measure of D7, a measure of G, and then back to C. So this is a popular chord progression. I'm kind of thinking like, hey, good looking, but it's in lots of songs. And what this is, it's the root chord, C, to the 5 of 5. If you don't know, G is the 5 of C. 5 notes away, it leads to C. D7 leads to G. So this technique, maybe you already do something like this, but hopefully we can add some stuff to it. So sometimes I use a pick, sometimes I use my fingers. I like using both for this kind of technique. Get a slightly different sound. So let's try this first with a pick. So we're going to play our C chord, and if you see, we're alternating between the 5th string and the 6th string on C to G. So the bass is C, G, C, G. And you see, I'm doing my 3rd finger switching for each note. That does 2 things. One, it stops the C from ringing and lets the G ring, so you get 2 different, 2 totally different sounding notes. They don't ring into each other. Right? If I play it with my pinky and my 3rd finger, you get more, and they kind of ring together, and you have to palm mute. All right, so I like to switch it, and then you're strumming just the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, not hitting the 1st string. So you're getting kind of a... So if you're new to this technique, spend a little time just playing the C chord, going back and forth. C, G, C, G. Now, hold on. We're going to add to this. So as we get to where we're going to the D7 chord, we're going to walk up chromatically. C, C sharp, D. So we go C, C, C sharp, D, A. Now this D7, this is like the C7 shape down here, right here, C, C. Add your pinky on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. You get C7. Now this is kind of a movable chord on your inside strings, the middle 4 strings. You can take this, right? You get your D7, your E7, but you can't hit your outside strings unless you're muting them or fingering some other note on it. So we're going to go D, bass note, 5th string, 5th fret, chunk the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. And then same thing that we did with the C, we're going to take our 3rd finger and go down to the 6th string, 5th fret, get our A, chunk the D7 chord. Then we're going to go to the G chord. So let's just go C to D7. We're going to go C, C, C sharp, D, A. All right, let's do that. I'm going to play that a couple times. So I can keep this hand in the same shape. I'm just walking it up. C, C, bum, bum. Right? That's really a handy fingering. Then when I go to the G chord, I do something a little weird. You could go D7 and then the barred G chord. Right? That's what's fingered here. Bum, ching, ching. Back to C. But what I usually do as my shortcut, I go C, C, C sharp, D, A bass note, and then my thumb gets the G. My hand's already set in this position. All I have to do is finger this G shape, with my fingers and grab the bass note with my thumb. Now, some people can't get their thumb up there to grab that bass note, but then I got the, so I got, and my fingers, this finger never really changes its shape. It goes C, D7, G, right? I still haven't moved this, this off of that second string. Back to C. All right, so I'm going to play this one time through, all the way through. Ready? Okay. Take some time on this technique. The other thing you can do is you can walk down chromatically 5, 4, 3 to the G chord. Or when you're on the G chord, you could go the 3rd fret on the G, and then the 5th fret on the 5th string, and then walk down 5, 4, 3. We're just adding little chromatic things as you're going to the next chord. I'll play it one time like that, just so you can get the hang of that. Here we go. That time I used the bar G chord because I had to move my fingers to get that chromatic passing tone. Before we finish, I mentioned you could do this with your fingers too. So let's try to go thumb. We're going to do Travis thumb. So your thumb is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And your index and middle fingers are going to be hitting the 3rd and 1st string with the thumb on beat 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm going to play through this. You're going to hear how poppy it gets. It gets very, you can get kind of spanky with it. So it's. If you were already kind of a Travis picker and you like going, you know, and then all right. Take a little bite out of that, see if that helps your playing, and I'll see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving.